Boom, bam, bam. Manchester United 4, Brighton 2. President Chad in the house with the man Devin and Zaire. We are celebrating 3 games in a row for Manchester United. And celebrating 3 games. And we are also celebrating 4 Premier League losses in a row for Liverpool. That's what we're talking about. I mean,
VAR pool, you mean?
Liverpool could not have given us a better let's see what I want to use. Liverpool could not have given us a better gift today than losing. So presently, Manchester United are 4th in the league, above Liverpool, who are on 6th, and above Chelsea, who are on 8th. Both teams already played this weekend, so there's going to be no changing our position above those teams. Lovely. Gentlemen, how are we feeling with 3 in a row? How are we feeling, Devin?
Today is almost actually no, today is a perfect result for us today. I am beyond ecstatic. Long may it continue.
Correct is right. Zaire?
Vindicated. That is the word. I am feeling vindicated. I went on the 12th man live and predicted we were going to beat Liverpool 2-1. We did that. Logic dictates that if Brentford beat us badly and we mash up Liverpool, what Liverpool think was going to happen to them today? Is Brentford they play, not Bradford and Sons? Take that in all your tail.
I hear that. I hear that. So, gentlemen, let's start off the show talking about the man, Matheus Cunha. He is off the mark for Manchester United. Finally, our first 2 scorers were Brazilian. We had Cunha and then we had Casemiro. The truth be told, the shot was going well into the stands, not above, but to the left. To the
I
right
don't care.
side.
I don't care. I don't care.
But it took a deflection and it was in the goal. So Manchester United were 2-0 up. And then Casemiro, obviously, as we know, assisted for the first goal. Do you all think that we are going to see, as we have seen with Sesko scoring in the next game after his first, as we have seen with Mbumo now, Manchester United's top scorer with 4 goals, do you all expect us to see an avalanche, of goals now coming from Cunha and Mbumo and Sesko? You all expect to see that? This large score of 4 goals. You will expect to see games where Manchester United is going to be scoring more than a goal or 2 goals a match. People, feel free to get involved in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on anything that we're talking about and your thoughts on the victory and your thoughts on Liverpool's loss. Don't forget that Liverpool lost today too.
Yes. So I'll start off with this right now. I don't know if this would have been the lineup if Mount was fully fit. And so you have to take that into consideration, because if Mount is fully fit, we all know how Amram loves Mount because of his work rate. That being said,
well,
this man, I was just getting to that.
Put in a shift today.
As a second match in a row, he did the same thing for Liverpool as well too, and he was justly rewarded with a goal. So when I'm looking at this right now, and if you have to pick an odd one out, as of now, this could change. It's got to be Sesko. But the thing that I like about it, though, is that, you know what? The goals could come from anybody on that end right now, and that is a good problem to have for us right now. And I hope that this could continue. I just pray that everybody could stay fit. That's my only prayer right now.
Sire, I have observed Cunha taking a lot of shots. Now, Cunha is accustomed taking a lot of shots from outside. For Wolves, he scored a lot of shots outside of the box. So I am not being critical of his play style. My problem with the games in the past and even before he got his goal today, is sometimes he would be going down on the box and there'll be an open man, and he would not pass the ball to the open man who was running into a better position, but he will try to take one and shot from outside. Do you think this goal now would take that monkey off of his back and Cunha would start to, relax and play more within himself instead of trying? Because to me, he seemed to be a player that was just trying a little too hard before. I don't know if you observed that and what you think.
Yeah, because I mean, he came from Wolves where he was the main man, he was the top scorer, and if you doubt that, watch where Wolves are today, rooted at the bottom of the Premier League table, having lost him. Right, so they've lost that credible goal-scoring threat, the man that knitted their attack together. He really was their focal point, and I think maybe when he came to us, he came with that intensity. He came with that mindset, thinking maybe this is why we obviously went after him because we wanted a goal scorer. We didn't score any. I mean, what did we finish last season on? 0 as a goal difference, right? So we needed a goal scorer. We bought him. So now that the pressure is off his back, having gotten his first, mind you, that should have been his second, because that little mazy run he went on before that, where he shot and the keeper saved, right? That he should have buried that one, right? So I think now he will realize when he looks around him, hey, you've stepped up. You know, at a club where you don't have to do everything yourself. Be part of the process, and success will come.
Correct is right. I hear that. Let's talk about the man who scored 2 goals today, Brian Mbeumo.
Brian Robert Wallace Mbeumo.
So Brian Mbeumo is now Manchester United's top scorer with 4 goals. Right? He has scored now in back-to-back games. If you include the assist in the game before, he has contributed in all our 3 wins. Talk to me. One of the people, there are some people I remember had some challenges with Manchester United's business in the season, right? In the offseason and the preseason. They were like, after we bought Cunha and we bought Mbeumo, and they were like, why are we going after Sesko? And my argument was Manchester United, even though our goalkeeping situation was ideal, even though our midfield, people said, had a big hole in it. When you actually watch the games last year, the reality was we were creating chances, even under Ten Hag, and we was putting them up. We were not scoring enough goals. We went out and we bought ourselves goals. We bought players that can score goals, and we are starting to see now with these results that those players coalesce into a unit. There was stuff coming out this week from Ahmad saying that he and Brian Mbeumo is linking up well, both on and off the pitch, and there's a greater understanding between them and all of these kinds of stuff. So we understand that it takes time to gel. It's not just about the quality of the players, as Liverpool is finding out every week, right? It's not just about the quality of the players, but it's also about the players gelling and playing well together. Chemistry is extremely important. So now that this team is building chemistry and we're starting to see the goals come in, talk to me, Zaire. Do you feel that one, we did good business, and 2, do you expect to see us racking up some goals?
Yeah, definitely. And it has to continue next game. The next game is Nottingham Forest.
Correct.
And we are going away. Forest is a team that rooted in some kind of hell right now this season with how their ownership is playing fantasy football with his management. Right? The man hiring and firing like them bars when Venny's passing through. Right? So we go in the Forest, we have to take advantage. I want nothing less than the same 4 against Forest. Right? And then we build from there and we build from there. My concern with the partnership that we're forming is when African Cup of Nations roll around, we hold right side gone. Mbomo is going to be gone. Ahmad is going to be gone. Right? Well, Onana is already gone, so I really don't care where he goes when African Cup of Nations comes around. Right? Mbomo them could leave him off the plane for all I care. But we have to also now find a way to get some of the other guys involved, which, like Devin was saying earlier, it's a nice headache to have when everybody is scoring, right? And you have options. So, given the manager's propensity for playing Mount, once we have a fully fit Mason Mount, that's another option on your right side, right? So,
The Mount on the right, we could push Bruno on the right and bring Mino off of the bench to play in the midfield. We have options. I mean, as far as that side goes, hopefully Maz Warriors going to the African Cup of Nations as well.
As well, Maz will be going.
Yeah, boy.
It's Mbomo. All of them will be gone.
That wing back, that right wing back position gonna be problematic. I wonder if that's the reason why they had recalled Malacia, boy. If they were looking that far down the pipe. I don't know.
He's going to be tougher because at that point in time, the only true right-sided player we're going to have is Dallo, who we can't really depend on for much.
Yeah, right now Dallo playing like trash. I don't like to say bad things about United players, but right now Dallo is not looking good. He's making too much errors, and I'm not happy with Dallo's performances at all. So remember, people, like, if you are not haven't liked the video yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment. Get your views in. So, Devin, what do you have to say about the man Mbomo?
Thank you so much, Brentford. What more can be said?
Yeah, boy, and we hold out for that man too, eh? Out of all the players we went for,
yes,
we wait for that man, we wait for him. So really, actually,
if he hadn't gotten him, he was going to be on the score sheet either way today, either helping us win or helping us beat them. So either way, the man was scoring today.
And so I have to be thanking Brentford twice today, actually, on that note. So not only did we get an absolute gem in Bryan Mbeumo, but they also knocked off Liverpool today as well to begin with. And so it's amazing because it's like you see him come in and people are sitting there trying to argue that he's chubby, that he's this and that. And you could say whatever you want. But all I could say is, how many times was the ball in the back of the net from him today? Exactly. At the end of the day, that is all that matters. And he looks like he was born to play in this shirt, just like this man behind me. But I have to give so much accolades to Bryan Mbeumo today. Thank you, Brentford.
So Shinga is saying that our next 7 fixtures are okay. Yeah, we're not worried about Spurs. We're not worried about Spurs at all. To add to that comment, somebody in the comments earlier before the show started was saying that 21 is coming. I don't know if they're getting ahead of themselves.
Yeah, some fool out there saying that. Yeah,
I don't know who is getting ahead.
5 points away from 21 points. 21 points coming.
I don't know who is getting ahead of themselves with Manchester United win today. Overall, in terms of the performance, before we talk man of the match, before we talk about that, overall, in terms of the performance, were you all pleased with the performance today? Were you all pleased with the ball control? Talk to me, Zaire. What you thought about the match overall?
Everything was good up until Brighton scored. Right? And at that point, I started seeing a little loss of control. But by then, we'd made some substitutions. Casemiro was off. We had different personnel on the field, right? So by my highlighting Casemiro, they're kind of selling out who I might want to vote for man of the match today, right? Because the man's impact up to that point was massive. I don't think we can afford the little blips that we had that allowed them to score twice. And it could have been third because it is not being highlighted as much. That save that they didn't think Lamens made, but actually made when the ball came right through and he got a slight touch on it. Referee and the linesman missed it and called goal kick, but that was a save. Had he been Onana, that was going to be in the back of the net, and the game could have ended 3-all. Right? So kudos to our keeper. I want to see the control run right through. Even if we were trying to take our foot off the gas at 3-0 up, you gotta take your foot off the gas, but still sort of maintain possession and not be soaking up all that kind of pressure. Because we still haven't shown that we can consistently soak up the pressure and survive.
All right. Talk to me, Devin. How you feel about the performance overall?
Up until the first round of substitutions, I thought that we were fully in control of that game. Off goes Casemiro. I understand he's getting older, but he had such a vital impact on this match, like Zahir said. And I thought this was a chance for Kobe Mainoo to come in and prove all his supporters right why he should be coming in and potentially fighting for a starting role. It's unfortunate that I did not see that. I did not see a lot of control in the midfield. I have to say, watching this back and forth, I think we were very lucky to not have a red card, because I do believe that was a denial of a goal scoring opportunity, but they said it was because of a lack of control. However, it was Anthony Taylor on this match who was missing calls left and right. So you know what? It was about time that we got some luck going our way. But it's I can't fault Amarin for trying to get players minutes. I felt that we were in control, and that's probably the only negative that I have to say about this game. But if you ask me for a rating right now, I have to give it probably an 8 out of 10.
From back to front, our goalkeeper was good. Our goalkeeper was solid. He was dominant. He was going. He was claiming balls.
Correct.
And is the Premier League. It is the Premier League, and the Premier League is a tough league. You understand what I'm saying? All of the teams that came up, even though you have Burnley low down there, if you go watch Burnley's games, Burnley has not been playing badly. Sunderland is second in the league right now. You understand what I'm saying? Leeds are not an easy team to go and beat. So there are no easy games in the Premier League right now. None. You understand what I'm saying? So we performed well. Brighton had their opportunities, and every team would get their opportunities that Brighton had in the beginning of the game, had a time when they were pushing, and, okay, yeah, they would do that. But, I think overall our performance was good. Our control was good until the substitutions. I agree totally with you, Devin. And my thing is, some people were like, why did Amarin make changes? And the reality is, we have good players that have to get minutes. This is a World Cup year. We prevented Kobe Mainoo from going out on loan. He have to get minutes. If you cannot bring Kobe Mainoo on, if you cannot bring the likes of this guy from Argentina named that just
Martinez.
No, one who came on today.
Ugarte from Uruguay.
If you can't bring Uruguay, if you can't bring Ugarte on, if you can't bring guys who have played international football onto the field when you are 3-0 up and expect to see out a game, then what are they doing on the team? These guys have to get minutes. So I can't fault Amarin for bringing on players to try to give guys minutes. I have a problem with the players. I'm in a lot of football groups. We all are on WhatsApp, and one of the people in the group commented that they were poor subs, and I replied to his comment and said, no, the subs were poor. Right? It's not that the substitutions were bad substitutions. The subs were poor because, as far as I'm concerned, Dogu's mistake is what caused their first goal in the first place. That is what gave them momentum. We were still in control of the game. But Dogo made some errors, and he made a no.
Zirkzee lost his man for the second goal.
I disagree with Devin. That, in my opinion, was not a foul. And the reason it was not a foul, in my opinion, is the goalkeeper was already bending down to pick up the ball by the time there was contact. You understand? That man was going to dive and throw himself on the ground if Dogo Locks had touched him, if he had breathed too hard on him. So as a referee, Oh, come on. There's no way he was getting that ball. The goalkeeper was already bending down before the man started to fall. So to me, that was as soft could be, in my opinion.
If I were to come in on this one right now, because he gave the free kick and gave the yellow, if I remember correct as well.
Yes,
For
that's
it.
what he did. Mhm.
The reason why was he last man?
That's not the point. He kicked
But
the ball and he wasn't going to get back the ball.
Let me continue with this. So you look at it this way: it's the last man,
Mhm.
and the second thing of all is look who the official and VAR are, and look at their track record against us as well too. Do not
I
even put
agree.
yourself in the position to allow
Correct.
them to make the call.
I agree. Jogu should not have
That's
done.
why I will be erring on the side of caution and be saying that we were lucky that
He
was not
should
a red.
not. Jogu should not have made the error. He should not have touched him like all of us. He could have seen the guy's touch was heavy. He could have seen that Lemens was about to pick up the ball. He should have tried everything in his power to avoid touching the player. I agree with that. So I did start off by saying he was responsible. He was at fault for the goal. That being said, in my opinion, it was still a soft call. But anyway, moving along. Let's get back into happier thoughts. Man of the match. Who? And I want people in the comments, comment and tell us who your man of the match is and why. Right? Come on. Talk to us. Get involved with the show today. Who is your man of the match? Zaire, talk to me.
It's hard for me to vote against Casemiro given he had an assist and a goal, and you saw the drop off in our hold on the game when he was taken off. I also have to take into account Brian Mbeumo scores 2 goals, right? His fourth goal sealing his second goal, the fourth of the match, sealing the victory, right? When we were under some pressure. So if I want to split hairs on this, I'd say my defense, my purely, I can't even say offensive man of the match and defensive man of the match because Casemiro and Mbeumo are involved in 2 goals apiece. So I would give it to Casemiro, but I hate to not give Mbeumo something. So 50-50, what I go say? 50-50 between Mbeumo and Casemiro.
And I think the way the match descended defensively when Casemiro came off also gives even more credit to Casemiro and what he was contributing in the game. Because sometimes you don't really see certain things until a player is not there. Then you realize, oh wait, oh, you know what's going on here, you know? So I hear that Casemiro for you. We have Courtney weighing in, and he says, and Brian Mbeumo. Who was your man of the match, Devin?
You know, it's a hard one for me because it's hard for me with somebody who has a goal and an assist. And we saw the drop off when he came off, like what an impact it was. But the only negative going against him is the fact that he didn't play the full 90. That's the only negative. That being said, I think I have to give it to Cunha.
Okay.
Cunha, it's yes.
And your backdrop has nothing to do with that.
Well, my backdrop gave it away. That's all I have to say. But it's yes, obviously, when you look at the all-around game, it's not going to show the contributions that he was doing. Like at some point, he was playing as a fullback better than Dalot. He got on the score sheet. He was everywhere on the pitch. And there's more to it besides goals and assists. I know that's what everybody looks at first, but you're talking all-around game. What this man is doing, and this is the second match in a row that he's done this as well. What he's been doing is immense, and I love what I'm seeing from him. So I have to give it to him.
All right, nice. So people, like, if you think my choice and Mbeumo is the man of the match, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we have to give two big shout outs. You have to give a shout out to Dexter Sports Bar in Aruka, where one of our official spots to go and watch games in Trinidad and Tobago. And we also have to give a shout out to Rise Sports Bar on Cipriani Boulevard in Port of Spain. You want to go and take in Manchester United, kicking ass? Those are the locations you need to go and check out. I guess I go in with Courtney. I say in Mbumo. A brace goes with matches, and Mbumo is and has been consistently hardworking. You know, one of the things I like about Cunha and Mbumo is these guys not afraid to run back down the road and defend. You understand what I'm saying? These guys work for, if they're on the pitch for 90 minutes, they're working hard for 90 minutes. They're running every ball. These guys don't give up on a chaser. You don't kick that ball down the road and see Cunha and Mbumo stand by the halfway line like, nah, man. They ain't Rashford and no balls, man. They're running everything. And when we lose the ball, they're running back down the road. I mean, we didn't just buy goals. We bought work ethic. We bought well. We bought well. Sesko, in terms of his pressing, in terms of his activity, that guy not walking, man. We don't have any players walking for Manchester United right now. Everybody is running.
Who is that name? This Rashford you talk of? What I don't remember names like that. Who is that?
You know, we are looking good, and yes, we can improve. You know, we're not getting ahead of ourselves, but we are looking good. Oh, big shout out to Tony, boy. It's been a minute, my brother. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
We like that comment indeed. So the next game is Nottingham Forest. That's next week, Saturday, 11 p.m. You know, let's just touch real quickly on that game. Do you expect it to be 4 in a row? Can this guy, you know, actually make an appointment by the barber? Can he at least call the barber and say, you know, look out for me next weekend. Look out for me. Talk to me. Do we expect another victory next week?
Let me start this off by prefacing one thing first right now. Do you all remember who was the manager for Ruben Amorim's first ever Premier League home match?
No, I don't.
It was Sean Dyche versus Everton. Do you remember what happened in that match?
So wait now, Big Sean take over at Nottingham?
Yeah.
So let me preface this right now because I was at that match in Manchester. We won 4-0. Ever since then, Sean Dyche got sacked. All this other stuff. He was a pundit. He was talking about how he could take over, how he knew exactly how to be Amorim's side, and all this stuff and whatnot right now. I tell you right now, if I am Ruben Amorim, and I think he's going to do this, all those clips from when Dyche was a pundit, those video clips are the only things that will be allowed to be played at Carrington, like on the players' phones, all of that everywhere. You say you want to talk now, you got a second chance at it right now. That being said, we all know about Marinakis and how awful he is. They're in shambles as well. So I fully believe that we are going to go there and we are going to win convincingly. And just on a side note as well, because I went on International Premier League TV and I said that I believe top 4 was very much possible and was laughed at.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I would love to hear from them again now. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. That's all.
The reality is that when we say anything good about Manchester United, even among Manchester United fans, there's been a lot of negativity. That is just the truth. You know, I remember telling people, watch, we're going to beat Liverpool. And people laughing at me like, wow, President Chad, you're drinking the wrong Kool-Aid. You know, and it's not just blind belief. I wasn't thinking we could beat Liverpool off a blind belief. The reality is the team has slowly been coming together. The team Amorim's system has slowly started to coalesce and take shape. The guys have finally started to respond to the manager. You understand? And all of a sudden, I noticed the press pool don't ask any more system questions. Since we beat Liverpool, nobody don't ask about the system. All of a sudden, the system perfect. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing was, in my opinion, nothing was wrong with it before. It's just the results. We're taking a little bit to come. Talk to me, Zaria. What do you expect next week, Saturday?
Victory. by at least 4 goals. And that's in our game, right? Probably the same margin for Villa to beat Liverpool. But, that's hopeful thinking too. I don't see I really don't see a problem going to Forest and getting the victory, right? So what I would love to see though is a complete 90 minutes. No periods where we drop off, regardless of how big a lead we have, right?
And who's on the pitch?
If he was going to be making any changes next week, boy, you gotta rest Dalo, boy. You really and truly, Dalo needs to sit down. He really and truly needs to sit down against a team like Nottingham Forest. I would love to see. Expectedly, he's going to start Bruno next to somebody in the midfield. And if by halftime you are 2 or 3-0 up, give Kobe Menu 45 minutes to impact on the game. Right? Let's see what's going to happen.
Does Mount play? Does Mount start?
If he's fit, he's probably going to start Mount in front of Seshko because really and truly, like we said, I mean, we have to get Mount into full fitness and being able to play any side of the pitch because we're losing 3 right-sided players come January.
Nah, Christmas, we have plenty games, fast and furious. After Cunha's performance today, and we also need Sesko firing, I like the starting 11. Totally agree with you. Dalo looks like the weakest link in our starting 11. 2 weeks in a row now, and actually whole season. If there was one player that consistently looks off it, it has been Dalo. I think we're going to beat Forest next week, and it actually has nothing to do with Sean Dyche. Certainly is saying that unpopular opinion, Kobe Mino has a lot of work to do.
That's not unpopular. That's not unpopular based on today.
Kobe Mino did not put himself, didn't flatter himself at all in his performance off the bench. The last couple of times he came off the bench. But I think more than anything else, that is a mental thing. We all know the quality that Kobe Mino has. The reason I think we're going to handle Nottingham Forest next week is I don't think the players are happy. I think the players liked Nuno. The players at Nottingham Forest loved the coach they had before. The team was playing well. People appreciated him. And what the owner has done, I think it has put a bad taste in the mouth of the players. Now, mind you, I don't rate the coach, former Spurs coach that went there and I got fired. I don't rate him at all. But that is not the point. I think the players themselves are rebelling. Sean Dyche has a way of motivating teams that are in the gutter and getting a tune out of them. So I don't know if he would be able to pick them up, but I am not sure he'll be able to pick them up in time for us. I think those players are unhappy. And when you see unhappy players, there's a problem. We know that. As
You should know,
United
yeah, exactly.
We know that. When you have players that rebelling, it don't matter who the manager is. You could bring Jesus. He ain't getting a result. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, if Sean Dyche is an expert at picking up on happy players and motivating them, the man just had a whole strain. He could be Liverpool next manager.
I like Tonio's comment here in terms of Mount starting over Sesko because it's going to be a low block. I could see that. That is a very tactical.
I also have another question as well because we had another absence as well. Does Maguire start?
Against them, yes, I could see Maguire starting. The reality is, if Martinez is fit, we need to get Martinez into this team, or at least get him some minutes, maybe off the bench or whatever the case may be. And the main reason for Harry is not what he's going to bring defensively, but you need all your attacking options when you're playing a team that is going to, Sean Dyche is going to low block. So we need somebody there that we could find to put the ball in the back of the net for set pieces. And even though we have tall players, for some reason, if it is not Harry Maguire, it's Casemiro. Those seems to be the only 2 Manchester United players that could score off of a set piece. Nobody else seems to be able to score. Harry Maguire or Casemiro. So I think we need those 2 guys on the pitch next weekend. in my opinion.
See, you know what my response to this comment is? Liverpool won this week as well.
Duh. But
That's as simple as that.
No,
But-
we in no way, Tony, are we going to be taking Nottingham Forest for granted. You understand? As I said earlier in the show, Premier League opposition, you cannot take any team for granted in the Premier League right now. I don't think Amarin is going to be taking them for granted either. However, it have enough mess going on with our team that we should be able to go there and get a result. You know what I mean? And we just looking to continue to perform well. Manchester United 4, Brighton 2, a consistent boogie side for Manchester United over the past few seasons. We have had trouble beating this side over the past few seasons. We beat Brighton once. We got plenty curtail, and today was a good day. Not just with the result, but with the fact that I think we have shaken that boogie man, this boogie team off of our back, because we didn't scrape a victory today. We beat them comprehensively. The next time we play Brighton, I think they're going to have a different respect for Manchester United. You understand what I'm saying? So, gentlemen, thank you very much, Devin. Thank you very much, Zaire. Thank you for everybody who's tuned in and tuning in. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, get involved, make a comment. Remember, Red Devils, we don't die, we multiply.